Hey y'all, hey. I'm Jay.
I'm C.
And welcome to the
JNC
JNC's room. Hey y'all, hey. Thank you guys for returning. Thank you guys for clicking on us. If you have not done so already, like, share, subscribe, click on that notification bell. Bring somebody here so we could talk this ish. As you know, I am Jay.
I am C. Welcome to the J and C room.
Welcome.
This fucking light feels like the sun is on a nigga. God damn.
I'm tanning.
Shit.
It's my winter skin, so I gotta tan a little bit.
Your winter
It's
skin?
my winter skin.
So, we got a lot to talk about today.
Yes, we do.
This is a very good topic.
It is. It was a little hard for me too. Also, I'm not gonna lie. It was a little hard for me, but
I bet you.
definitely
it is.
was
So,
good.
let me get into this. Why these motherfuckers are so cheap and they feel so entitled to shit? I don't get these cocksuckers. You know what I'm saying?
All right. Okay.
What? Listen. Listen. Why you at Wendy's acting like your cheeseburgers cook well done, boo? It's always gonna cook well done. It's not medium rare. It's Wendy's.
For real.
Do you got Dijon mustard?
They pay
Baby,
like
it's Wendy's. You want some
like
honey mustard?
$2.99.
You want some honey
The
mustard?
4 for 4.
It's honey mustard. You want some honey mustard? No, I want Dijon that. Baby, this is Wednesdays. This is Wednesdays.
Yeah.
You
McDonald's,
having
Popeyes,
you
Burger
having
King.
Wendy's on Wednesday. You want filet mignon?
And I don't get it.
Yeah, you do.
I don't get it. Like and when I think about it, right? I don't. You know why? Because some people be OD with it. OD with it. Like when I say like they go above. Like for example, I don't know if y'all seen this one girl, and it's a weird. This one girl, she's in an airport. I don't know what she was doing. She lost track of her kids. She lost track of her kids.
I like those types.
And her response was vandalizing all of the equipment. Like she got arrested and it was like I think like $50,000 in damage. And she's throwing shit across the airport.
Looking for
like
kids.
like she wasn't even looking for her kids. She was vandalizing, screaming at them, "Where the fuck are my kids? Where the fuck are my kids?" I don't know if somebody was supposed to be holding the kids and paying attention to the kids while she went to the bathroom.
Why was she not paying attention to kids?
This is an example. Like to me, it was just like more like so the cheap and entitled, right? This is like you pay for this ticket and you expected them now to be a mom. You expected them now to, but that's what it was. It was just like people who pay for things or they're in a situation where they pay something and now like they expect you to do the work.
See,
and they
you're
don't
looking at it like that.
Yeah, because
That's a good way of looking at it.
Where it's just like, what? Or, from like when it comes, like, because it's like, it be so frustrating. Or like you ever, and speaking on the way that you ever like you see these incidents on Instagram where people are at McDonald's and like they're jumping across the counter because this person didn't
get their double cheese with no pickle on it.
And it's crazy to me. Like I get we all do it somehow in a way, and some majority. I'm not gonna say all because I can't speak for everybody, but I that we all do it. But I feel not to say
You ready
that.
for my first point?
Go ahead.
Now, finish your statement. Finish your statement.
I was saying, we all do it to some degree, but there's some people who kind of like, like they just overdo it, take it. I'm not saying that we're better than them. You get what I mean? But we all are kind of, in some type of way, we're guilty of doing it. It's just ridiculous when it's like to the extreme for nothing.
So my first point is, it's pretty easy. People are delusional.
That's one of my points.
And live by rules only they see. It's like people in Brooklyn, people in New York, people everywhere, we jaywalk. We all know that's against the law, right?
It is. It is.
And it be
Go ahead.
you it is
Go
right.
ahead.
Like people know it's a green light. And they walk across the street and then they get clipped by a car. And they want to beat the car. They want to beat the driver up. Baby, it's green. It say don't walk. You about to get paid a lot of money.
Yo,
Why you
New
mad?
York City is big for this, especially in certain spots. 34th Street, 42nd Street, like
14th Street.
14th Street. Like, I remember driving. I was doing Uber, driving people off or whatever, and it was my turn. And these people weren't supposed to be working. It was like a whole bunch of people like mad because of the fact, and I wasn't even pushing. I was just a mid turn. This one guy was just like, and like took a picture of my license plate, like, and I was like, but I don't give a fuck. It was like this mob of people were looking at me. You could tell like they're saying shit. What the fuck? I'm getting pissed off just thinking about it.
Like you see, we making it. This is how delusional people are.
Yeah.
Like.
Yeah.
Let me give you another example, right? If you don't live in front of my apartment, why the fuck are you making loud noises? Because if I was in front of your apartment and I was making loud noises, you would feel away. It's like, what rules do you live by?
Basically.
What? Wow. Then you open the door. Oh, I'm sorry. I ain't mean to be talking. They go right back to the conversations, talking loud as they did. Listen, I'm just using this as an example. People are delusional.
Yeah.
They have. It's like they came out the vagina and just got dropped straight on their head. Or did they come out the? Sometimes I'd be thinking, did they come out the vagina or
Did
the
they
ass?
come out the ass?
Because you don't make no damn sense.
You know, I also believe that it has, along with delusion, I feel like it also has to do with like a power trip. Some people are, and that was one of my points that of why it happens so much. Some people have no type of power anywhere else in their life. So no, for real. And some people are like I got like they're just a weakling where they have no type of control. So like in these kind of situations, the McDonald's situation, I remember one time I was at the UPS store. When you go pick up a package from the UPS, what do you need to have? The tracking number.
Yeah.
Because they can't find shit without it. Everybody know this.
Mm-hmm. Not your name, but the tracking number.
The tracking number. So we all in line, and there's this man. The lady in front, extremely respectful. He is, and she's just like, I need your tracking number. I can't do anything without your tracking number. Well, I don't have my fucking tracking number. And he's going off. Now, it's a whole bunch of us online just waiting. Like, we all here with our tracking number. We know what Pop, you don't have it. Just move to like he now berails like this female, and it's just like, where's your manager? As if the manager is gonna tell you something different. Whatever, she still did it or whatever the case is, and you know the manager then tells them like, we need your tracking number. The system is made a certain kind of way. This is how we find it or whatever the case. Oh, he's going on like disrespecting both of them, yelling, calling them out their name, telling them they don't know how to do their job, nothing at all, whatever the case is, and then afterwards. Because the whole time he was saying, I didn't get a tracking number. I don't have a tracking number. That was his story, along with being rude. After a whole half an hour, he calls his wife or whatever the case is and gets the tracking number. Gives the tracking number, and then they find it. Well, they told him that his thing ain't even there. It was at a different location.
So you told me that story, right? I'm going to give you a story. I recently was on an MTA bus, right?
Go ahead.
So I'm on the phone with Jasmine, right? This girl gets off at Nostrand and Eastern Parkway. No. It was Nostrand and one of them streets. Oh, it's not Eastern Parkway. That's why I got on that. That was dumb of me. So it's a white lady. The back doors are not opening.
Okay.
Right? So she's like, you know, she get off. She already missed one exit. She missed the last exit because she didn't push the door hard enough to get off. So this exit, the next one, I made sure to be like, can y'all open the back door for her? Because it can't open, right? So after the first time she tried pressing it, I said, ma'am, it's not working. You're going to have to walk through the front and just get out. No. She waited there for 3 minutes saying, open the back door. Open the back door. I said, ma'am, the door ain't going to open. I said it one more time and I just fell back because I just said, there's no talking to her no more, right? So everybody, it's nothing but dudes on the bus. And this is where Jabs was on the phone like, yo, why she was on walk to the front? And I just said, I'll talk to you when, right? So all the guys say, lady, just go to the front and leave, right? So we all look at each other like, so she finally walks to the front and then I said this. I said, that's expectations. Because she didn't think it was worth her going up because she already missed a stop. And I get it. You missed a stop because the back didn't open.
Yeah.
Right? But now you're going to make everyone wait because you missed your stop, which you didn't say nothing. If I didn't say it, you probably would have missed this stop.
Basically.
And she's a white woman. White woman, older, whatever, not older. She's like probably my age. But I'm just saying here like, I said, you see all that right there? That's expectations.
I thought you was going to use the train incident that you had.
Oh my God, we're not going to get into that.
Females, because that's an example.
That is an example, but we keep picking on women. So,
well,
I'm just saying.
Sorry.
I'm just saying, like, expectations, she's delusional. What rules do you live by? If the door's not working, you see the bus driver saying, look, I ain't saying shit.
Basically.
And you got to leave. You got to leave. Nobody's going to make these up for you. Go out the other way.
Yeah.
Walk. And it's just crazy. Like,
it is. But once again, I'm telling you, I heavily believe that when people go that hard, if not in that situation, but like even a situation with a guy at the UPS store where it's just like, I'm going to become irate. I'm going to talk to you like you're my, like I'm your superior. Even though I'm wrong, I'm going to stay here and I'm going to berail you and I'm going to, make you feel like you're just using these little incidents to feel the power that you lack in your life. Like, you get what I mean?
And
like,
it's crazy. We're relating this topic to just everyday life shit.
Yeah.
We're not even talking about this in the relationship
Listen.
aspect. Because that's a whole nother conversation.
That's a whole...
And this
it goes on to that,
Technically, we should be talking about that. We are, but... So your point is, you said...
I also put, like, people also, when it comes to the cheap and entitled, and this is a whole different perspective. People often want to focus on working on themselves, but don't want to put the work in, only want to invest a little bit and just want to experience the glory of it. You get what I mean? Whereas it's like, if I'm trying to use
the perspective is, right, what if the perspective of a business owner is that they taking a venture, a risk for a greater reward, right? If you don't take a great risk, you take a small risk, then you're going to have a small reward. The greater the risk, the greater reward. The greater the risk, the greater the failure.
But even think about like talking about different things that you learn and different things that you're about to, to venture in your life. The first thing you do is you invest in the research, you invest your time in getting to know. You get what I mean? So even the part of small risk, you taking a small risk and you don't invest in learning about it, or you don't, and that's what I mean of like people just
100%
investing on just learning yourself or investing on, figuring out what it is you need to work on and just say like, I'm better, or I'm done. Like I had a friend and, he was usually the type to be like, I've done this for, like he'll have something that he wanted to do or whatever the case is, or when he wanted to stop. Whether it be smoking a cigarette, whether it be, not letting his vices take over or whatever the case is, right? And him just going cold turkey, but not dealing with the fact of what brought him to that. Not dealing with you know what I'm saying? And not wanting to focus on that and constantly just, now you stop for a minute, but because you didn't deal with the stuff that, got you there, you're back to it. You get what I mean? And
relapse.
And with people, it happens in different ways. Not only vices, just reactions to like, regular interaction with men or women. You get what I mean? And realizing that stuff, and you gotta invest time into doing that. Not just say like, it's like that. I'm fine. I'm okay. Like I've cured myself. You get what I mean? Like stuff like that. That being cheap and investing in yourself, but feeling entitled to the end of it, the result. Feeling like, this is what it is. Relationship-wise, the only way I could see relationship-wise is more of like people...
There's a whole lot of this in relation. I don't understand why this is cheap and entitled. Yeah. Yo, you got women and men out here that put no effort into nothing, but think they deserve everything.
Yeah.
What? Like, you want me to take you where?
Yeah.
We didn't even you didn't even have a proper conversation with me.
Yeah.
And you said we should go where?
Yeah.
For what?
Yeah.
You got a lot of chicks out here that's BBQ chicks or what's a cheap restaurant?
No.
You talking about Outback, right? What's Outback?
What, Texas? What
Yeah,
is it?
Texas.
Steak Outback or something like that? That's a cheap store? That's a cheap restaurant?
Not really cheap, but it's a like Olive Garden.
Yeah.
You got a lot of women with Olive Garden deserve Olive Garden, and that's not bad. It's not a terrible restaurant, but that's an entry level restaurant. That's when you take, you know, you like y'all was shopping at Target. You like, man, I'm hungry. Let's go to Olive Garden. That's not when you taking a date. That's not when you planning to go to Olive Garden.
Yeah, basically.
Nah, some of y'all broads and some of y'all dudes are Olive Garden.
Like for a guy, like when it comes to guys,
we ain't talking about no Benihana's.
You know, for me, I've experienced guys, man, I go, you gonna come cook? You gonna come cook for me? You gonna come this? And I feel like you expect so much in the beginning, not even cooking or you giving your body or like, you know, giving your body. You can give your body whenever you want to.
First off, it's equal exchange. Giving a body, having sex, equal exchange.
It's an equal exchange, but some guys don't even. There's no more to. They just expect it. They expect.
Yeah,
like there's some guys that kind of
like. I'm one of those guys.
You know, no. What I mean guys that like. No. But that don't mean like, and that don't mean mentally. Like, I mean mentally, but they invade your space too soon. Like that's what it is. Like you get what I mean? That's what I'm saying. Where like they feel like I met this guy, whatever the case is, and you know it was our first date. And the crazy part, it was a nice date. It was really not crazy, but it was a nice date. It was a vibe or whatever the case is. First date though, first time also meeting. So you know it was like a cool like this is nice or whatnot. He automatically felt like he could invade my space, like, and it wasn't on some like I didn't give no type of cues or whatnot. I wasn't even close to him, but it was just invading my space without even like, you know.
My thing is, why people want 5-star treatment with $5 in their pocket?
Yeah.
Like I don't get it. You got baby.
If you got $5, expect $5 treatment.
Forget how much money you have. If you didn't invest no time into me, why am I investing so much finances into you? Like, if we talk on the phone, like we talk, we holler at each other, we got each other's numbers. We talk 2 or 3 times on the phone. Then it's just like, all right, let's hang out. Let's go to a nice bar. If we, you know what I'm saying, it gotta be food off the rip. Yeah. Nice bar, we get some bar vibes. You know my bar already.
Yeah.
We go catch a little drink, talk. We gonna see how that same conversation over the phone. Let's see how it is in person.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? After that, if I feel to it or if you feel to it, we get something to eat. And that's that. That's one night. Like, I don't feel like it should be, like, some women got like, oh, I want to go to these type of restaurants. Baby, do you go there on your own?
Sure.
I always say, if you can't afford it yourself, if you don't do it on the regular yourself, that's not your speed. If you don't do certain things on a regular yourself, that's not for you. And I'm not trying to play people. I'm just being honest.
Basically. I also feel like going off of that too, like investing of time. Not only like, and because he was like, if I invest, if you ain't invest, what did you say again? The part of the time in finance. I also think it's more of like, if you're not investing the equal amount of time, why should I now,
invest finance?
I'm not saying invest finances. I mean, like, it's the same sense of, if you're not investing time as well, why should I take time out of my schedule or take time out of my routine to give you any type of time? You get what I mean? It's just like people want you to go above and beyond when it comes to time when they don't want to invest the same amount of time.
And that's the most valuable. You get what I mean? That's the most expensive thing to give a person is time.
For real. You get what I mean? Or or even like, the energy factor of it. Somebody expecting energy from you, but in reality, all they're doing is sucking it. They're just pulling it out of you, just sucking it all. Let me just keep sucking. I'm not giving. There's no type of, pause. There's no type of like even shares. Just just pulling all the light out of me, and then now you all bright and shiny, and I'm over here looking dull as ever. Like that also, takes into consideration, and people like to do that. If you're not careful, you run into an energy vampire, and you don't even realize this motherfucker sucking all that energy out of you.
Yikes!
And you ain't getting shit but some brittle ass motherfucking skin and some damn
Yikes.
bad hair and fucking acne because your ass is stressed and shit.
You okay?
Yeah,
You got it out?
I'm alright.
Sound like you had some. You sound like you.
You
You
know,
didn't like this topic, but you
I
getting
speak-
into it though.
I speak, like, cause I'm
You
thinking,
get
I
into
was
it
like,
now.
all right,
You didn't
all
like
right,
this
yeah,
topic
yeah.
that much, but you get into it. Like for me, you are what you put out.
Mm-hmm.
You deserve the world if you're putting worldly effort into it. You don't deserve the world if you're not putting worldly effort.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? You are what you attract.
Basically.
If you ain't doing shit, then you gonna attract ain't shit.
Another example. Somebody who's a bullshit ass person that does horrible things to people and expect to just be forgiven without any type of acknowledgement or any type of like apology or any type of work accountability or any work trying to change themselves. They just expect you to go back to being nice or go back to being who just act like what they did or what house they burnt down never got burnt down. That also is an example. I thought, I was like, yeah, for real.
People like cheap and entitled, it comes off so direct, but it means so much.
Yeah.
It does. It's not just talking about finances and what you deserve. It's talking about people's expectations on the reality of things. Like shorty, mister. Like how your house like why do you feel you deserve a guy that drives, but you take MTA every day? Why do you feel you deserve a guy that has his own, but you live with your mama? Homeboy. Why do you feel like you deserve an Instagram vixen when you mop up spills in aisle 2? I'm not trying to say y'all shouldn't get it, but like, you got to be a certain level to get these things.
Yeah. Yeah.
You think Muhammad Ali just became the greatest boxer in the world without a little practice?
Basically. And that was another thing too.
He had to get punched in the face a couple times,
Yeah.
thousands of times,
People not wanting
before
to
he learned how to dip a punch.
Yeah.
Like it costs, all these things
It's
come
work.
at a cost and work.
Yeah.
Like, you got to remember that. It pays to be the boss.
Yeah.
You got to pay the cost to be the boss.
Basically.
And a lot of people, a lot of boss dudes and women, they think they bosses, but they've been getting told what
They're
to
not.
do their whole life.
Exactly. That's truth.
Y'all got to understand, like, stop living in this fantasy world of yours.
That's very
Like,
true.
You,
Wanting the accolade, but you don't want to put the work towards it.
facts, yo.
You get what I mean? And that was one thing as well. People like to do that all.
You
like,
got
a
some
lot.
people that just want to get handed stuff.
Yeah.
Show me how to make money. Show me how to do this.
Yeah.
Baby, YouTube University can show you how to make money.
Very true.
Homeboy, YouTube shows you how to
Everything.
do everything.
Everything.
But
Learn
people
it.
always want the easier way out. Easier things in life and the easy way out. Nobody wants to struggle no more.
Yeah. I get it.
Come on, man. We watched Rosa Parks sit in the back of the
I get it, 'cause
bus.
I don't be wanting to struggle either, but you gotta do it either way.
Come on, man. She was working 2 jobs. She struggled on the back of that bus.
Like,
And she just tried to sit down in the front for a hot second.
I feel her pain.
You know what I'm saying?
I feel her pain. It's the truth. But it's true. This thing kind of covers all different aspects of your life, and I feel like at the end of it all, it's just basically like, you got to put that work in. You got to put that work in. Don't power trip. Like, don't treat other people ridiculous.
I want you to read my last one.
Status quo is real, and people hate this. Status means the existing state of affairs, especially regarding social or political issues.
You know what I mean by that, right?
Boy, elaborate.
Status quo, right? You're talking about social endeavors, right?
Yeah.
So, shorty, if you hang out with a bunch of bartenders and you move like a bartender, I'm going to think you're a bartender.
Okay.
If you hanging out with the dots, I'm going to think you a dot. If I hang out with nothing but the scammers, you're going to think I'm a scammer until you get to know me, right? Status quo is alive. We judge people based off who they hang around with and what they do.
Okay.
So, the cheap and entitled, if you're not who you are, it's just not who you trying to be.
You said if what is not who you are?
Status quo, right?
No, the last line. What you said? Say it again.
If you are not what you hang around with, and you want to be valued different, watch who you hang out around with.
Okay.
And if that's not you, that you live in this lie, then why are you living it? Look into the mirror, homeboy. Like, if this not your life, don't live that life.
Okay.
Because now you're going to be attracting people that want that life. And if that's not you, or if that's not you, boo, don't put yourself into that. Status quo. People hate it. People hate it. If you hang out with a bunch of choppies, don't be mad if they think you're a choppy too.
Huh. Yeah, I already know what I'm gonna say.
You're gonna say the exceptions to the rule.
I'm not gonna say the exceptions to the rule.
What you gonna
because
say?
this is true. People judge you based on what you're around. People, if this is not what, if you're
You gonna say you
around
don't care?
bartenders, you're around bartenders, they're most likely gonna judge you and say you're a bartender. If you're around scammers, they're most likely gonna judge you and say that you're around scammers. I don't know if, do y'all care about that? Cause that's my thing. Like because I'm only thinking like, say this is a person, say their friends are all bartenders, say her friends are all, or his friends are all bartenders, but he's still moving in a certain type of way that's going to progress him in life. And he still does what he needs to do, and he still gets to where he needs to get to, or she gets to where she needs to get to. Does it really matter that her friends are bartenders? And people think that she's a bartender?
You should hang out with them.
No, that's what I'm saying.
You should know what comes with that.
Does come along. That definitely come along with it. I just don't.
And if that's not you, then
care.
you have to deviate. It's just like me, right? If I'm hanging out with nothing but traps,
deviate meaning like you'll stop hanging out with them.
No.
Okay.
Watch how I hang out with them.
Okay. Yeah.
Pick and choose.
Yeah.
Pick and choose.
Yeah, that makes more sense.
But I didn't say not to do that.
No, I know, but that's what I'm asking.
Like everything has an option there.
Yeah, I get that part. I definitely get
Deviate,
that part.
it doesn't mean necessarily you don't hang out.
You just choose how you do it.
Boundaries.
Yeah,
boundaries.
You
remember you said this?
Yeah, big
all
time
day?
boundaries. Yeah.
Boundaries.
I definitely understand that part.
And you got to put these things into play. Like if you hang out with nothing, like it's nothing. The same way how you be like, oh, I always hang out with my homegirls. You don't have to hang out with them in a club.
No.
You could go for drinks.
You don't.
You could go to you could come and hang out at the crib. We could do hair together. We could do this. We could work out together. You know, not gonna be in those social environments that.
Entitled.
Huh?
It's so funny because it kind of goes to that thing you talked about. Like we had said in another video where you was just like, you out here exposing your body or whatever the case is, or fronting a certain kind of life, and in the response that you get from it, you brought this response on, right? So the entitled part of that is like, oh, how dare they? How dare they not respect me or whatever the case is. So I get the whole status quo part of being realistic with it. Like, this is how people are going to see you. So you can't be surprised that you're getting this reaction or whatever the case is. I get that part. Yeah.
You walk like a dog. If you walk like a dog, you bark like a dog.
But that's not to mean just a you said that means
I'm gonna think you a bitch.
Yes. But I will also say, like, like, it's not a saying like, oh, this is what makes you. This is how the society works.
Looks at you. And if you don't want that status quo on you, then you have to deviate.
Yeah. Well, but I also, if you don't care and you're still living your life and doing what's best for you, then
that's cool. But then don't get mad.
But you can't get
mad.
They
do care. But they do
mad.
care. But they do care. That's what I'm trying to get you to understand. They do care. They do care.
Not that someone's looking at them that way though. If they care about it, I don't know. I can't speak for everybody.
I've had a whole joint tell me, I'm people always judge me. They judge you because of what you do.
Yeah.
You put yourself out there to get judged.
Yeah.
Don't do those things. They won't judge you, but you do. So don't get mad about getting judged.
Yeah.
That's on you. That's a bad choice on you.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, if you could go ahead and do what you
want
to do,
but
just not. If you
that's,
don't care, then you don't care. But if you do care, then
But they do care.
I'm speaking for more of the. Oh, sorry, I got a little.
The more rebel. You talking about the exceptions
not
to the rules.
the rebel. there's a lot of people who, there's people who get into things or whatever the case is, and they don't care how, people kind of like look at them afterwards, or how people
I
are
wasn't
looking
grabbing
at them
nothing special. I was just showing the camera, y'all.
or the same thing or whatever the case. And it's like, it is what it is. You get what I mean? So I get that part. I get both parts or whatnot.
I get the part too. It just don't make no sense.
Yeah.
Because we all gonna say we don't care until it really impacts us. That's when you care. It's eventually you're gonna care. That's the point about life. You're gonna care. Everything has an expiration date.
Yeah.
Being a choppy has an expiration date. Being a scammer has an expiration date. Going to work every day has an expiration date.
Yeah.
Your child, being a child, has an expiration date. Everything has an expiration date. You trying to say that doesn't? You're lying to yourself. And I'm just trying to say,
Who, me?
not you.
Just in general. To
In
people.
general, you're taking stuff so
Because I'm
personal.
like, I don't.
You're taking
I
stuff so
really
personal.
don't. I've come to a point. There's certain things that like I don't give a fuck about, and I just
That's
kind of
cool.
like
Sooner or later you will.
But it got to a point. Well, no, because it got to a
Feelings
point.
have an expiration date.
No. It just depends on what it is, though.
Feelings
Because
have an expiration date.
I could be around a certain kind of people or whatever the case is, and people are gonna judge you. I mean, I could say I've been judged throughout my
But
whole life or whatever.
it's a
the
difference
case
between
is.
hanging around with them once in a blue
Yeah.
than hanging out with them every day.
But that depends on how people see it, because people have they have a way of looking at things. So you might not chill with somebody on a regular, but they'll see enough of it, and they're gonna think that you're doing this on
and
a
that's
regular.
cool. When
But
they get to talk to you and they hear your life,
But that's
like,
what I'm
you just be hanging out with them once in a blue. I say, yeah.
But that's what I'm saying. Whereas it's like to a point where sometimes people are gonna look at something and they're going to make that judgment. Period. So it's like that's where it came to.
That's
a point
cool
where it's like,
though. But
who cares?
those, listen, status quo don't work on one thing
But
they
who
see.
determines the status quo?
Society.
The people in society.
Society.
So that's what I'm saying. Like people
try to
are
go
gonna,
around it. Don't
no,
go
what
around
I'm
it.
saying is this is how I see it. I am not an expert. This is how I see it. I'm not telling no one to see it this way. Definitely put it if you disagree. I want to hear if you disagree, because I always like hearing different perspectives. I just see it as people are gonna judge you a certain kind of way, especially with the status quo. People are gonna judge you a certain kind of way. If you
Judgment is part of life.
if you let it depict how you feel about yourself, if you let it be what guides you in everything, sometimes that shit suck, and sometimes you're not gonna be doing shit for
Facts.
yourself.
I agree.
So, excuse me, why? So that's what I mean about like the whole giving a fuck. There is an expiration date on that, but depending on what it is, it might be something that you just don't ever stop doing. You get what I'm saying?
I think that everything comes with conscience. You know what I'm saying? Everything comes with it depends. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm saying in this situation, status quo could be positive or good.
Yeah.
Because status quo could be positive or good. It doesn't necessarily always be negative. But I'm trying to say is if that's not your personality and you're not liking the energy you coming off of it, then you need to back up from it. Don't mean you need to stop it. You need to back up from it. You need to face the reality of it. Not say it's y'all fault for judging me. No. You was put here to be judged.
Yeah,
You was
basically,
put here to be
everybody
judged.
judge. You're gonna get judged whether you're doing good or bad.
Exactly. You're wasting your time.
Yeah,
So the first thing
basically.
you do is put yourself in an opportunistic position to be judged either positively or just not negatively. But that's the title. That's our topic.
Yeah, man.
You got all your topics.
I think I got to all of my topics, and
You got all your
think
points. You got all your points.
I think we got to some other points. I think that was it. Yeah, that's everything. That's everything.
I hope y'all enjoyed. I hope y'all enjoyed this.
What do y'all think about this topic?
Stop being delusional.
And how did y'all see it? The whole being cheap and entitled. Give us a situation where it happened to you, whether you feel like you was the victim or you was the person that was guilty of doing it, because we're all human. Also, tell us topics that you want us to talk about, whether you like this topic, yay or nay.
Like, comment, and subscribe, and please put the notification bell on.
Yeah.
And every Sunday we dropping some shit. You know
And we're
what I'm
going to be
saying?
dropping some more stuff.
Yes.
So please put that bell on so that you know every time we dropping something.
And I just want y'all to have a blessed day, week, month, year. Just make sure you come back so I can say it again to you. Later.
Bye, guys.